Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. Like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Steel Division 2, and we're into episode 27, playing the second campaign now. Last time, and I'm not entirely sure whether we got into the end of the video or not, but right at the end of the video, the game crashed on me, unfortunately, and I lost almost a full day of progress. Now, I've tried to get back in a similar way as much as possible to that, but of course you're going up against the AI. The AI has its turn, and things haven't quite gone down the same way as we've just started the PM. So some of this will play out the same, like we can finish this unit off here real quick. Oops. And they're destroyed. Now that happened last time. This police regiment, again, trying to get within these lines. Last time we were able to pinch them off from here. Let's see if we can do that again. We need to get off of this. Let's see, can we click to prepare, cancel, there we go. Learn your way around the glitches. That's better. How far can you get? Oh, you can get much farther, but we're gonna have to get somebody to go with you to, I don't know, here? There we go. Okay, and we're gonna get you out here, and boom. We were able to pull that off last time. Let's get you to the bridge. And we now hold the bridge at Studenka. And we could just leave these guys behind and mop them up with this unit. So you are going to give some chase. Don't let them have the city, which I don't think they can take anyway, but so does that mean we want to well, let me pursue into here? Okay, we'll go to there. You have 1 point left. Let's go ahead and bring you towards this front. Now with all this lake, river, well, just rivers really, marsh area, completely unoccupied by us or the enemy until this road. Now, in the replay, these guys did get cut off. This unit did survive their attempt to break out. So we've got them trapped behind the lines now. 29th tank has moved up to here as a launching point. That's good. I think that happened last time as well. One downside and good side. I knew of the issues that were here last time, so I brought up another unit. But this unit that went forward here was attacked by like 3 different units, and they fought to a draw, but took such heavy losses that they and the primary attacking unit, which was here, got wiped out. Now that's bad, but also good, because this whole area, as far as I know anyway, is open for the potential of surrounding these guys, and that could be major and really put us on the front foot. But speaking of, let's continue on here. Third guard, no, we need third guard cavalry. 68, we're still 1 day away from being able to call in these guys and bring that division in here, which we would take that division and I think head straight towards Minsk. Meanwhile, I know I wanted to bypass this one. I think last time we kind of went down into this area and then caught some opposition as we reached it. So these guys, I'm going to have them push the line forward a little bit here. And you're going to move forward to here. Hello, hello. Brandel. Security regiment. And you're going to push, I don't know, maybe up this way, off the road, into this open plain here, to try to cut these guys off from behind. There we go. Meanwhile, these guys, what can we do? Let's start. Oh, that's all you can do. You guys, you can't get around this guy, can you? Now we could potentially pull straight on through here. That might be the way to go. There you go. Hey. That still doesn't open this up though. You still can't bypass him. But he can. Let's bring you to this crossroad at least. Maybe we go to here, take this town. Okay. You are still trapped. Bring you up. Should I bring this guy down the other road? No, if we can't get past next time, we're just going to finish. Oh, he's dug in. But we did knock him out, right, before? Yeah, not much so, actually. He's still in pretty good shape. So I'd much rather have a surrender situation. We'll do what we can with that situation. Close to having these guys cut off. It looks like there is a gap through here that we could essentially surround these two units and then bypass. Doing so much bypassing here, but it's working. But there's the goal, Molodenzo, and then Minsk. And the road to Minsk is getting pretty short. And with next turn being able to call in those reserves and sending essentially that entire unit towards Minsk. Depends on how much resistance we face, but there's so much space here to go around and not get bogged down too much. Got a lot of units here now that we've cut these guys off that I could turn around and bring somebody back. There's an AA battery. We can get somebody turned in this way. We can take both sides of this road to try to get Borisov and ultimately cut this area off. And speaking of, let's now turn our attention here. These guys all without supplies, caught behind enemy lines. He could still move a little bit. I'm surprised he didn't try to get back within the lines here. Okay. These guys are going to work on surrounding these guys as far behind as you can. Into the support position. Okay. Continue to surround. Now I'm thin here. I mean, you'd think they could try to make some sort of breakout there. Can we route? No, you're routed, but we can't attack. I'm not worried about these guys flanking. At least, maybe not as worried as maybe I need to be. But I'm not. So we'll pull back, take that. Maybe you hold that line. Yes. how close we are to getting them surrounded now. I mean, we could go right for the center here and maybe cut them off. Go under a DC. Oh, so close. Okay, a little further. There it is. Oh, surrounded. Surrounded. Now, there's a good chance they'll try to break out, but all those dug-in units, they're going to come out of that dug-in situation to do that. And ultimately, bypass the front lines. We've done what we needed to do. That means you are very much going into cutoff mode. Really? That uses almost one whole point just to take that little forward step. I'd like to keep you in reserve to call in if somebody comes under attack. Okay, there you go. You're in reserve. What can you do? Ooh, you actually can get in behind, but that's a dangerous move. That is a very dangerous move. You can push the lines a bit, but I don't want you too far out. No. That's a pathway. Back up there. Come on, back up here. Just a little bit. Dig in. And you... Can we get you in range? Ooh, there. 1 point left from here. "29th tank, what can you call in?" Tank brigade. It's not bad. But I'd still like to save those points for the 30th Guard. Or third Guard. Cavalry Corps. These guys, they've got the path. I mean, they're right in center of our 3 targets. So I'd rather not have to call in either of these sides. These guys are creating havoc by moving the front line, and I think we're gonna see some heavy challenges, some counterattacks. But speaking of, I think we are just about ready to move out of this turn. So keep the bomber in support. The fighter regiment, though, where do I think an attack is coming? Could be down here, certainly. I could see either of these units coming under attack, or either of any of these 3 units. Which one's most likely? These guys are already hurt, so I think it could come from there, the attempted breakout. I definitely think there could be something down here as well. But we'll take that one. So we've got a few units with action points left that could be called on in a pinch to join a battle. But otherwise, that's this turn come to an end. Move on to the next day. We've really pushed this front now. And there's a chance to really just start driving on towards Borisov and Minsk. And we're not facing a ton of resistance on that. And a lot of it just by getting behind units, just because they don't have full coverage of the front lines. But we'll see what happens this turn. I have a feeling we're facing a pretty heavy counterattack. I'm going to save this real quick just after what happened previously. Worried about it crashing again. And let's end the night. See what kind of battles we're about to face. Okay, attempted move out. There's one unit was able to retreat successfully. The others, they found a gap. And some of their units have made it between. And one of their units, they just pushed our line back a little bit on the flank. So a few of their units did find a way to retreat. But the good news is they're retreating. I mean, that's the whole point. And we just moved up the 3rd Guard Tank Corps also has moved up to here. So we have really worked wonders here, and we still have a path towards Borisov. That's kind of the beauty of this. Even though they are all in retreat, we still have a path, and these guys could potentially get in behind and move this line again and keep them in the rear. I really think we could do that. This guy's going to have to cover the flank down here. Get him to dig in. And I think here as well, we can move he's going to dig in and cover the... So these guys are covering this southern flank. But then we're just going to move forward. Get you to the edge of the forest here. Okay, there's a Panzer regiment. And yes, he could move all the way into Borisov. But let's not do that just yet. Not just yet. Let's go to the clear territory up here somewhere. Let's see. You are not yet routed, but we can get around you. From this other side. And we'll bring you out of the forest. Okay, what can these two guys do? Can they? They can. They can bypass. Just not as easily as I would like, but they're still able to bypass. And they'll run out of supply soon enough. Let's make sure you have support first. And let's start that support with that 3rd Guard Cavalry Corps. Huh? Spend those points. Boom. Now, I would love to send the entire group, but I think I need one unit. Just one. And tank regiment. Artillery mortar. I already have one artillery mortar here, so that's our connecting piece. And you're going to connect it that way. And you're going to connect it this way. Okay, we're still holding the line. Good. Can you get all the way to here? Well, let's start with this. Cut those guys off. Good. And move the line to here. Yes. Which means you could and should also be able. Maybe we shortcut across here. Move that line down. Nice. Getting closer. Getting closer. Yes, we are. And oh my goodness, they did not counterattack us. That was very surprising. Now, we've already moved the front lines down here. It's already established. So, you're going to start moving the lines this direction. They've got to fear this. That'll free up Borisov in many ways. This tank regiment's going to head to Borisov down this road. They're probably going to be stronger than we are for this one if we take that battle. I think I'd rather take Borisov this way. It looks like it's clear. Or so it appears, right? Boy, why is your movement so... Oh, because you're in the forest. That's why your movement's so limited. Ooh, he is trying to get around the rear here. Let's keep this guy from going anywhere. Can we attack him? No. Too far away. Yeah, I've already got this guy to deal with them. Let's move on up. Can I save one action point? I can. That way, if this guy decides to attack, I've got 2 on 1. I can go for that. Yeah, meanwhile, let's not give up the bridge, definitely. But let's go ahead and move over the bridge. 1 action point, 1 action point, ready to defend. Now this guy's cut off from being able to go that way unless he tries to go through the forest with tanks. Will not work terribly well. Bridgehead secured. And now, the unit we just called upon, I want this entire group to head south. Okay, go ahead and take the plains since you're moving slow anyway. Man, why are we so slow, guys? I was expecting a little more of a breakout than this. Speaking of, I'm going to use the scout across the plains here. Go ahead and stick to the road for them. Alright. So, this whole group is going to continue their push towards Desno. These guys make their way for Minsk. These guys are going to look to take Borisov and then through this stretch of road. These guys are going to try to continue pushing towards Borisov here. So what can we do? Definitely make a move here. That is definitely not the kind of move I wanted, though. It's pretty weak in terms of ground that we're covering. Okay, you still can't get in. This tank's staying in a reserve role. What can we do? That leaves 1 action point, so bring it on up. Might be able to get you into any battle. I'd love to move you up, but I'm afraid to do so and have you get caught behind enemy lines, but I don't think that's going to happen with this regiment here. So go ahead and move back into that gap. And meanwhile, I don't have anybody to move up, so we'll only move up some. And I can't let them back in, right? So move back up into that gap. There you go. And dig in. Good. Good. Okay. That's them, right? Oh, yes it is. But you are dug in, and there's no reason to actually attack you. So we just want to fill this void. You're going to dig in. You're going to stay in reserve. Keep those action points. And let's start bringing the tank up. Oh, that's one of theirs. Okay. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Go ahead and take Corrupt Key. Hold it. This guy's behind lines now, so I'm not worried about him moving further to the rear. Now that leaves us with you. Now, I could technically go all the way for Borisov, but that's not going to move the line. It's not going to connect to here. That's just somebody running behind the lines. So we want to take the lines and move them. And I definitely want to hold this road. Can I go that far? Yes, I can. Now, technically, they could probably squeeze their way into where I'm at, though, if they wanted. But I'll take that risk that this one unit gets cut off, as long as it means that these guys all fill this void instead of heading out the way that they actually probably could retreat, because here they're not going to retreat. They'll just be cut off by all of these guys bypassing. And anyway, I'm amazed that this has not initiated any battles yet, but here we are. Continuing to progress all through maneuvers. I think we are all used up now. Let's take our fighter, get some air superiority, and where to do it? Well, there's still likely to be an attack here more than anywhere else. But this guy very well could be coming in to attack as these guys try to retreat. So do I want this one or this one? Well, they have a lot of action points, so they have support. He has no support. So let's take away their potential for air support. So these guys could technically all get called in as long as they're considered in range. Okay. There's another turn in the books. By the way, it's July 2nd that we have till, and that's still a good ways off. Wow, no attacks from them either. They are just full-on retreat mode right now. They did get these guys technically back inside the lines, so they did retreat successfully. This unit, though, is now routed, so we'll definitely start with that. Will we? I mean, we can't get any closer to them. But it won't let me route. Okay. We'll wait a turn. That's fine. This guy apparently successfully retreated into here. What can you guys do? Not much. I'm going to get you kind of chasing this unit down a little bit. I'm going to take to the road. Move the lines. This way a bit. Wondering if I should take this northern road and cut these guys off. And I could go up here and really cut this line. Yeah, let's do that. There you go. Now these guys are really screwed. Continue your push across the forest. We're going to kind of go this way and down if the line moves appropriately. And it might not necessarily do that. Now I could make my way through here. Continue straight through. Or we move the front lines. Okay, what about you? You can still move a little bit more. There we go. Now that we're there, they can go to here, take the railroad down. It's all my scout units right there. So they're gonna kind of clean this top end out, and then they're gonna start moving on down. But there you go. Okay. Need to try to maintain contact between the units for the most part. Break out of this forest here, down to the road. These guys are really slow moving. I don't know if it's just that forest. I think next turn they'll be able to cover some more ground. Can you go that far? That's pretty iffy. That shouldn't be. Okay, now. Now we're kind of onto something here. Can you get through? No. Tank destroyer, tank regiment. Fortress battalion, so that's not exactly somebody we need to worry a whole lot about. I'm going to come back to this. Come back to that because there's definitely things that could happen. But I think it depends on what we're able to do now with this group. I'm going to move these guys forward. Just a little bit. I'm definitely going to move you forward. Let's see, third guard tank. What can you do? Yes, please. Let's do it. There you go. Because we need this road. Which means I need some units. And that's exactly what we just got. There we go. Now, do we try to move? Cut these guys off again. I guess that depends on what we're able to do up here. Okay, ooh, there you go. Now we can really start to move this line. There it is. There it is. That's all gone, apparently, besides this little pocket. My oh my, how we have moved the lines now. Okay, now these guys are really screwed behind the lines now. We've got these two units that are still kind of stuck behind them, so they can handle that workload. So in the meantime, I want to keep you guys in reserve. So this, you know what, that unit, just dig in. Just dig in and deal with any attempted breakouts. You guys, let's get you moving forward. You're already dug in, that's good. I think I can move this tank brigade now. Here or here. Here. Now you can't go into that void, but you certainly could go up to here, but I think all it's going to do is move that front line a little bit and take this front line away. So you're going to dig in. That's the wise thing to do. Keeps these guys technically in the front line, but I don't think they can maneuver through here, so I ultimately think they're going to stay put. And they'll have to stay put, otherwise this is lost. Which means my guys are going to continue to flank, and they'll be surrounded. You, meanwhile, let's occupy the space in between. These guys are completely screwed from there. They're stuck behind the lines. And there you go. So we are making the progress through here, and they have a continued ability to push towards Borisov and hopefully towards Minsk, because I don't think these guys are going to be able to get Minsk on their own. Not saying they can't, but I doubt they're going to be able to make that push uncontested. Now I could maybe attack this Panzer regiment with 2 tank regiments and a bomber unit. But I think, do I wait a turn? Yes, I think I'm going to wait a turn on that. Got a lot of support coming. So air superiority, I still think this is the most likely area to take an attack as they try to save themselves. And we leave that bomber regiment ready to defend the counterattack. It feels inevitable, but we are making an absolute ton of progress here. Amazingly, without a battle. I mean, we just did one full day without fighting a battle. But you can see just how much territory we've gained and how many of their units that are now caught behind enemy lines, or, like these guys, temporarily caught behind and at the moment on the verge again. I mean, they're right there in a desperate situation. But otherwise, things are looking really good right now. We've moved up our reserve units. We'll have 40 points again next time, so we very well could call on another unit somewhere. 29th tank, probably not going to get touched, but the 3rd Guard tank or 3rd Guard cavalry, which I think has 1 more reserve. Yeah, that's just 20 points for those reserves. So might call on them, and they can head in to help with Minsk. but we've gotten behind the lines in so many places and are pushing really well. So, liking how this is going. Even though we haven't had a battle, it's been the most amazing progress that I think we've made in one episode, just tactically. So that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Row the Record. We know those counterattacks, they've got to come at some point. The continued retreat by the Germans, I don't think it can last forever. At some point, they've got to try to break out somewhere. They're running out of places to do it, though. Bye for now.